Welcome, super conscious mastermind. 45 minutes into the call, and I remember to hit the record button. It is September 12th, and we are just talking to Ryan about some changes he's got, just um, all the new responsibilities and how new and exciting his life is. So you get a misaligned perspective. You really, it's true. You get a misaligned perspective though when you're out there just by yourself. Anything, topic, any question you had, Teresa, you wanted to discuss?
No, no. But I think that Ryan, if you did 10% over the long term, it seems like that would really help keep the clients longer. Because it's sounding like after those first 3 months, they're still serving the client, but they're not reaping any of the financial rewards from it.
They're not. They're paying out a lot to their client, to their subcontractors. Yeah, you're right.
That's
It's not.
kind of like, this is, they're kind of doing it with the energy of like, oh, great. Have to, they're not putting that same energy into keeping the client. Yeah.
No, you're 100% right, Teresa. Because they've been bouncing things off to me lately. Like if a client gets frustrated, they bounce it to me. I'm like, Jesus, you guys used to just handle this. Now, like they're just kicking it over to me. But like, hey,
Yeah,
can you respond?
there's your problem right there. There's your problem. What's happening is they've got the front end payment, right?
Yeah,
They're still kind of hanging around there, so they help out with them. But this ain't the energy in that whole thing is not good. So the clients have ended up really getting in there and kind of getting abandoned, energetically abandoned.
energetically abandoned. Yeah, I think you're right there. And I've felt that for a while. I've felt that, and I've done everything I could possibly do to funnel every cent that I can to them at the expense of like my margins. My margins used to be a lot higher, but I pay them for like almost everything now. And now it's like it's kind of bit me a little bit, but um if I could just get the clients back and the retention higher, maybe this 10% is the answer. Get them more involved, loosen up my cash flow in the first few
Well,
months. Right?
yeah, and the other thing is you should probably take a look at if whether or not you're being penny wise and pound foolish.
I mean, like being too stingy with what I pay them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
Listen,
don't set their rates. They gave me their rates, and then I said, okay, I'm going to
I'm
funnel. You know,
I know, but you want to know something? When I have a critical vendor like that, right? Like here in Vermont, I have this uh place I bought, and there's a maintenance guy here, and I've had him do some things for me, right?
Mhm.
Boom, I hit his hand with some good cash, right? He looks at it, goes, when he sees my phone number, he answers, right?
Yeah.
I'm not exorbitant, and he's kind of like, oh, I'm happy to do it for you. And like he came and I mean it's just and I give him cash right away, boom, hit him with it right off the bat. He helped me hang some shades that were a little bit tricky to get done, told me what to get. He told me I went and got everything. I had everything, got it already. And we got done, boom, and I handed him $100 for helping me. And he didn't even look at it. He just took the cash, put it in his pocket, but that was way overpaying him. But I don't need somebody all the time. So when I call them, I want them. I mean, I don't mind paying a little extra, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. I do this. The restaurants I frequent a lot, I always tip 25%. So I want to give them a little extra, sometimes more than that, because I want to just put out that good energy and thank them for a good service and all that. I could
Yeah.
see what I could do. It's hard for me to think right now when I feel like I'm being squeezed with the margins and stuff and the cash flow. It's hard for me to think about giving more. Because I feel like
Well,
I've literally
start by just running that 10% to buy them.
okay.
You
Okay.
see, take their temperature on that.
I know she's gonna be happy with it. Because I originally I said 15% to her, but then I was thinking about it. I was like, that's what I give to the referral partners. That just I'm like they need that revenue as a client. This is a sales commission plus she gets paid on the back end. So I'm like 15%, and then I'm giving it's like and then I'm like losing so much at every single client, and then eventually I'm like it's like a hamster wheel. You're just constantly trying to go faster and
Yeah,
faster.
but yeah, but you also you want to build stability into the people you've got with you. So uh like I have this other client who was using all these people from the Philippines for stuff, and he
Mm-hmm.
had some critical stuff. I said, "Hey, I've got this woman for you up in Canada, in Montreal, and she's 25 bucks an hour Canadian." Um, and he's like, "Okay, I'll try her." He was stuck. So he hired her. He said, "Oh my God, what a difference." Right. I said, "Yeah, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So you want to, the smoother it is, you're getting rid of the headaches. You
Yeah,
want your business just kind of running on autopilot. I mean, that's the way you've had it.
yeah. All right, I'll talk to her at the 10% and see if that.
Yeah, just see how it sits with her. Do you have any comments on this, Ronnie? Sorry, buddy, I forgot about you. You're sitting there in the background. You must have fell asleep.
Sorry about that. No, I'm here. I'm just driving. But as far as comments, it's really a learning experience for me, understanding how business looks like at a higher level. So I'm kind of
Good.
just soaking everything in, and yeah, that's what I would say. Just soaking everything in, the mindset that goes into running a business, the challenges. So just being a sponge right now and taking in your advice and Ryan's input and Teresa's advice. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't mind just taking it all in.
Business is easy. People are problems.
Mm, I like that.
Yeah, that's it. It's the
Yeah,
people, right, Teresa?
Yep, the people.
And you really want clarity. I know you've got a lot more clarity in your business now. Is that correct, Teresa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what is it? What was it like before you had the clarity?
I think I was like more in like reaction, reactionary. I was responding to what other people wanted and needed or requested. So I was versus like being in control of my
So what's a
time.
specific example?
Um, well, it's like somebody would call me and be like, "Oh, I need you to come over and work for me." And so then I would be on there what time they need me. I'd have to go over there, whatever, during those hours and give them 100% of my time. And then now I'm telling people, no, I can work for you remotely. So I can control when I do the work. It's on my time. Yeah. And it's in my environment. So, I'm not,
And how big a change has that been for you?
well, it's changed my whole business because it was
Yeah.
also changed me from working hourly to working on a flat monthly rate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Without
And
somebody over my shoulder watching me work.
and before, um, you were more worried about keeping the client, not losing them, than you were running your business,
Yeah.
wanting the income
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
and not running your business. But now that you're running your business, you probably have more income.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have more income. And I mean, the way it's worked out is if I have a client that is demanding and just is taking a lot of my time, and they're unhappy, it's easy to be like, okay, move on, and I let them go, and better clients continue to come.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, things are really stable. I mean, all my clients have been with me a long time. I don't have much turnover. It's not, yeah, things are just really stable.
And that's really what you want to look at, Ryan, is making sure I don't think you've ever looked at your business from the stability factor and creating that making,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't keep track of. I mean, I have clients that have been with me for 10 years. I have some that it's always the small ones, and I'm like, these guys are kind of small, and they're just kind of dipping their toes in. I still take the work. I shouldn't. Our turnover at Ballantyne's very small. They're more established businesses. We become a big
right,
part of their
right.
teams. Whenever I take the small guys, like a solopreneur, solo practitioner, I know it's like after 3 months they're like, oh my god, this expense, and so yeah.
Yeah. What's your sweet spot there? You've got to be really clear about who you're working with, your avatar. Uh, like I talked to a guy yesterday who he resisted everything I said. He was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good." And then he went on and told me why it wasn't right. And then when I pointed it out to him, he got pissed off at me. It was pretty funny. I said, "Well, that's exactly what you've done." Well, I haven't really, he wants to soften it up and everything. I said, "No, that's exactly what you've done. You're not ready to hear anything. You're not open-minded. I've
Yeah,
got to move on. I've got to move on. I got to move on. I just nothing you can do because these people will sit and they'll talk with you forever, but they don't have the capacity to change, nor do they have the financial capacity typically to really get in and change their lives.
yeah.
What's new with you, Ronnie? Jamie's here. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, brother and sister are together now.
You there, Ronnie? He's there.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, did you ask something?
Yeah. What's new?
What's new? Work. Um, just trying to land some contracts for the school year. So just been doing a lot of outreaches to schools. Um, and yeah, just trying to get my mind in a good, positive space. With how my next few months is gonna look like, and
Mm-hmm.
finding some contracts. So really just been working on staying positive, being present, and ready to seize any moment that comes my way.
Yeah. Okay, stay right there, Ronnie. Teresa and Ryan, how do you tell me about Ronnie's energy? What do you get?
I think like a lack of something.
Lack of certainty.
Yes, I was thinking confidence, but I think certainty is the better word.
Okay. Does that mean anything to you, Ronnie?
Yeah, I agree.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? Just I guess I don't have the right drive or confidence to embrace my next chapter. I'm kind of in a, I don't want to use the term stressed out, but maybe a little overwhelmed.
So great, great. This is a good topic because Teresa gets there, Jamie gets there, uh, everybody gets there.
Ryan is
A
there.
little, yeah, Ryan's there, a little overwhelmed. Okay. So you have to expect that as you're moving and growing. This is what happens when you step into new frontiers and things look different. Everything in Ryan's life looks different now. He's like, whoa, and this, and wow, and now I'm going to sell this, and we got to pay this, and we got this, and we got that, and it's a wholly changed life. And when you get there, you stop and you look over your shoulder and say, what have I accomplished in the last week? What's good? What have I done? What's real? What's actually happening? Okay, that's real. Let me move forward and keep that going. That's real. That's going to help me move forward, right?
Yeah.
So it's just what simple action you can take, Ronnie. Trusting that everything's going to work out okay, that you're just in a moment of hallucinations.
I like that.
Right? Because it's so funny. Like, here's a question for all of you. Okay. Today's Thursday. What were you worried about last Thursday?
Probably the same stuff.
No, I don't think so.
I was worried about my conversation with my dad,
Uh-huh.
but got that out the way.
And you got clarity on that, right?
I did, yeah.
It's gone, right? See, so you're just looking for a little more clarity, and the way you get clarity is to take some action, Ronnie.
Okay.
Just say, what can you do to, talk to some more schools or do whatever. And
Mhm.
also understand that this is all new to you, okay?
Yeah.
So you're not going to do it perfectly. You get in and it's like, Teresa started and built this really nice business over in Maui, but what's your business like now compared to the first month, Teresa? Not volume wise, but just how you do business. Totally different, isn't it?
Yeah. Totally different.
Can I ask a question? It's not related at all. I don't want to. I'm just curious. How did you end up in Maui? Is that a quick answer or is that a long story?
Yeah, I can quicken it up. I was living in Costa Rica and I was pregnant and I wanted to have my daughter born in the United States. But I was in Costa Rica, so I was like, oh no, where do I want to move? And Hawaii was the only place that was of interest to me at that time. So I moved here
Interesting.
18 years ago.
Wow.
And then it turned out when I got here, my water broke 3 months early and my daughter came premature. So if I didn't make the move, she wouldn't have made it. Where I was in Costa
Oh,
Rica, we didn't have the health care there that they have here.
holy cow. That's
So it all
crazy.
worked out. And then she was born here and I've just been here ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it's funny how that works. It's all kind of like if you had it moved, who knows what would have happened, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Bill, I was just curious. Like, how does one end up in living in Maui, you know? So,
They want to be a mermaid,
Yeah.
which is great. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. Living by choice. Hi, Jamie.
Hey,
How are you? What's new?
um, what's new? Just
Oh, while you're thinking about that,
I
Ronnie, I want just 1 second, Jamie. Ronnie, I meant to tell you, I thought your energy is really good.
Like right now?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's a little hesitant, but it's like what they're talking about. They can just, it's not really a negative, but it's there. It's one of those things. All in all, your energy is pretty good.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, Jamie, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure I told Ronnie that.
Um, yeah, no worries. I don't know. I lost track. I was listening to you talk to Ronnie. But what's new with me? I just a lot. My head's just been let's see. I haven't been sleeping much because my head's going so much with ideas and just because of my financial situation. And but I've been just my spirit's been really good. Like I've been in real like progressive state of um and been feeling good. So so that's good. I feel pretty happy, but also a little, you know, it's a little crazy at times because of like the stability with that. But I don't know. I also feel like it's I'm just transitioning, so I feel like I feel good because I'm trusting the process I'm in.
Your energy seems pretty good.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the your mind going, Jamie, get a notepad and get up and just start writing and dump it all on a notepad. It's the best thing to do. Just start writing, just dump whatever comes into your mind, just write it on a notepad. Just sit there, even if it's for an hour and you're writing, it makes no sense. You just write it out. You'll finish, you'll go to bed and you'll sleep. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it'll just keep spinning.
yeah. It's just that it's like 4 in the morning. It just turns on and it's just like, and then I can feel it ramp up, and then it starts doing this and there's a million different like ideas and you know
Yep.
not bad things, but just like it just is it's racing with like
Well, it's
I,
just too much information. It's of no
yeah,
value. There's just
yeah. I
it's
mean, it's not any good once I'm actually awake in the real world. It's like that stuff becomes like not as good of an idea. Anyways, so I know it's happening, but I do need to not just lay there and try to like hopefully that it hopefully make it stop because it doesn't. It just I end up getting up. And then
Mhm.
I end up with like 4 hours of sleep every night. I'm starting to get a little. It's starting to tax me
You
again.
take naps, Jamie? Because I've been having issues too, similar to you, where I'm sleeping maybe 5 hours, which is not enough. And I'll take a nap for like 30 minutes and it's like I'm a new person. I don't know if you have the ability to do that, but that's been a game changer. Naps in the afternoon,
Power
like late
naps. Yeah.
power naps. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried those, Jamie? He must be frozen.
I was like super tired and super cranky yesterday, and because I slept like crap the night before, not enough sleep, and then just a lot going on during the day. And then I got home from work and I had the house to myself. Took an hour nap. Oh my god, I was like a new man, ready to go. You know, finish all my stuff up and all that. So,
How has it been for you not wearing a hat? You have really not worn a hat ever since you had that conversation with your uncle.
well, you guys may have noticed got a haircut yesterday. Check it
Well,
out.
I was just going to say, that was going to be my next comment. I really like your haircut. I think it's styling.
Well, it's my anniversary this weekend, and we're going to the city Friday, tomorrow night, and Saturday night. So I wanted to look like halfway decent. So I got a haircut yesterday. Thank you.
What
Thank you.
anniversary? How many years?
18.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. But you've really how does that feel to you not wearing a hat?
You know, I'm going. It feels good. I used it I used that whole situation as an opportunity, as like a springboard into something new for myself. Like dressing a little bit nicer and not wearing a hat and doing my hair more and stuff like that. So, um, I like it now. I got used to it and feel like been a nice change and upgrade for me.
Were you hiding out with the hat?
I was more so like the sweating that I had issues with, you know, because I've had some
Uh-huh.
situations where I sweat in social situations and it's kind of scarring for me. And so I used the hat was sort of like a security blanket at 45
Right.
years old, you know, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and but I've gotten used to yeah, I feel like I'm sweating less now without the hat because I guess my body temperature is cooler and I'm kind of just used to it, you know. Um,
Uh-huh.
I only had one situation where I was sweating like a beast when one of the contractors was talking to me because it was so hot and I was outside in the heat and he was trying to show me stuff and I was like sweating profusely, but that was just purely because of the environment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
I really admire how you just took that feedback from your uncle with no resistance or no
Yeah.
rebellion. I mean, you just were like, okay, I'll try and not wearing a hat for a little while. I think that would
Yeah.
have been hard for me to do.
I'd be
Well,
lying
the
if I
way
didn't have like a little bit of resentment to him towards a little bit the way he talked to me. But I'm like, you know, whatever. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And it's not, he's got his own issues he's dealing with, and I'll turn this into a positive. And so that's what I've tried to do.
Yeah.
well, you didn't like the way he spoke to you, and so you called him up and arranged to have lunch so you could let him know. I mean, you
It's true.
handled the whole thing right. I mean, you just and you notice how it's just all dissipated, how it's just gone, Ryan.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would where would it be if you were still festering about it?
That wouldn't serve me, you know, that wouldn't serve
Yeah.
me. What would that do for me? That's why I always like I let myself like what Jamie's talking about, like the financial stress and certain things bug me, but I try to like just give myself an opportunity to think about it for a little bit and then I just move on. I think you had said something about taking action to Ronnie. That's been all it's always been my solution is that when I'm feeling down or frustrated, I let myself feel it for a little bit, but then I just start doing stuff, even though I don't feel like it. And eventually I feel like it and then I feel better. And so that's been my solution. It seems to work well for me, at least.
Uh-huh. Hey, I got a great surprise for everybody. I am working with one of my mentors right now, and I'm coming in with some new information on an automated income energy secrets. So things to do to create the catalyst for automated income and get the energy moving that way. So I'm going to have a bunch of teachings coming up over the next weeks about that. It's going to be fun.
Is it a course? What is it? What is it? Or is it part of these
No,
weekly sessions?
yeah, it'll be part of our weekly sessions. So and then it'll, I'll do some teachings on it and then it'll come out in the notes.
It's kind of
Uh,
interesting because it fits into everyone's plan, including yourself. Like you're trying to grow the coaching business, and everyone
yeah.
here is trying to grow their business or find a job like Stas, and it's relevant to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, the the point everyone has to remember is whatever you're creating, you'll never be there. So make sure you create and manifest the most important thing first, right? Because in your steps, in your actions, because as you get closer to it, it grows and you get new ideas. It's kind of like the way your business has grown, Teresa, and how you see it now, right? You see it a lot differently, right? Like what changes are you looking at making in your business now, right now, as we speak?
Oh, well, now I'm at the point where I'm like, how can I maxed out, where
Mm-hmm.
before was excited about getting new clients, but now I'm like, I don't want any more clients. I need to figure out how I can take on more clients and not be
Yeah.
over. Yeah. So
So
that's where,
you're always in a state of creation. It's
yeah.
that's the way life works.
So are you saying to take action on like just forget about everything out and just like take
Yep.
action on the most important thing in the present, because everything's gonna change anyways. Like it's never gonna be
Right.
what it thinks. So, but you move the fastest or grow the fastest and feel the best if you just do that most important thing in front of you, and then
And look and see what the most important, simplest thing is. So, as an example, for both you and Ryan, okay, where you want to add more business, more revenue, okay, the most important thing you can do is speak to somebody. Like it's that simple. Be in conversation with someone.
Well, it's a little bit different for me because I got this woman selling for me. So it's more so how can I support her, right? Sales training.
Maybe. Well,
or something like that.
You were talking about doing sales yourself. So,
Yeah.
but you know, what's the simplest? Like when I was in real estate and I had this house listed, this woman's house, and she's like, "How do you know it's going to sell?" I said, "Because I'm going to have people walk through it. If nobody walks through it, they won't buy it. Once they walk through it, then now we have a chance." So, what's the simplest, most effective thing? So it's conversations of some sort, or finding new ponds to fish in and then go have conversations, talking to people. The other thing that's good is asking for help and making people understand exactly where you're at. And be honest about your situation and where you're at and what you can do to change it or improve it, you know? That's why like the whole coaching, like I'm looking at a total restructure. I'm just being open-minded in what I'm researching and looking at and seeing. Uh, and I'm not protecting anything. I'm not protecting anything. But I can go in and learn. And we all like to defend our position where we're at. But wherever you're at is where you're at. Who has comments about that?
I really like what you said earlier about we'll never necessarily get to where we want to go, but to just focus on the most important thing. I feel like that statement helps take away a lot of like load I put on my brain and makes the future seem a little better. Just knowing that you don't have to look at the total big picture, but just the next step.
Yeah, because you're going to do something and then something new is going to show up this week and the direction is going to change a little and this and that. And then Ryan, he's got the two businesses he's working in. He's got his wife and his daughters. Uh, you know, things are always getting altered and changed. Teresa's got all of her clients. Jamie has his kids and his family. Things are always getting changed.
Yeah.
Comments, anyone?
I have a question. So I've been looking to post a little more on social media with what I'm doing. I wanted to post a little more video content because I feel like that's an area that I lack and I hate speaking on video. So I had asked my uncle what he thinks because I found a videographer who is willing to do like
Ronnie,
1 minute reels for me. Yeah.
Ronnie, no,
Yes.
no reel. I've got an assignment for you.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to post a video on Instagram every day, your thought of the day for the next 5
Oh
days.
my gosh. That is that freaks me out just thinking about that.
Ronnie, just take your phone and say, "Hey, this is Ronnie. here's my thought of the day. You know, when you do this and this and this, and I just wanted to share that with you. That's it. Then post it.
I know
The
what you
most
mean, there,
impo-
Ronnie.
the most important thing, Ronnie, is you just got to be you.
Yeah.
You're thinking it needs to be all professional. No, it needs what Jamie, what do you have to say to him about that?
A lot, but I'll keep it short. Yeah. So right now, if you want to be effective on social media, it's all about authenticity. So
Mhm.
so everything that's doing well and going viral is people are posting with the the like how I'm stuttering right now and the ums and whatever, because especially with AI and everything is everyone's
Yeah.
resonating more with that human element is so valuable now. Um, Before, maybe a few years back, it was more about, yeah, you have like a good edit and you're getting attention and, you know, looking like larger than life.
Mhm.
And now it's the exact opposite. Nobody buys that anymore. People are really hungry for realness.
Mhm.
And so you're off the hook. You could just sit there and stutter in front of the camera and you'd be surprised at how much trust that you're going to get from people. Mainly, more so than even what you're talking about. Just the fact that you're being you authentically with no cutting. You don't need a fancy videographer. It's not going to do you any good. You're better off with your phone. You'll get more traction if you just use a shitty phone right now than if you have like lighting and all that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Like you're walking right now. You just walk and just say something to your phone and post it. But be consistent and be authentic. If you just do those two things, you'll blow up. And you have plenty of value to say anyways. We all know that. So
Are are you accepting the challenge, Ronnie?
I'll try. I'll try my best.
What?
That's
I'll
not
do it.
accepting.
You did not just say TRY in front of me, did you?
My apologies. I just get like anxiety thinking of speaking on camera, but I will do it.
Ronnie, what's
Just
your
do,
Instagram handle so we can follow you? Make sure you're
I
doing
do
it.
it. I feel like the majority of like my clientele, since it's mostly like school based, I see a lot of people like school boards looking at me on LinkedIn, but I'm not active on LinkedIn. So that's the social media that um I want to be a
yeah,
bit
no,
more
right now I just want you to do some videos on Instagram. Just do a thought of the day. Just do a thought of the day. It's like Jamie said.
yeah,
okay.
Ronnie, you're really worried about your self-image, and
It's
you gotta like get rid of all of that and have full humility, because nobody cares, man. Like, sorry, but nobody cares. Everyone's
Yeah.
too worried about themselves, okay, on social media too. No one's judging you, and if they are, like hopefully they unfollow you, because you don't want any of those in your presence anyways. So but
Okay.
really, man, you're not special. Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like, do it for you, and when people see that, they will latch on, because that's what everybody wants. Everyone wants to just be themselves and be comfortable, and you know and so that's what they're going to resonate towards. And
you
it's
know,
really disposable, dude. You'll be What you post now will, like, people will, it's in and out so fast anyways, that no one's
Yeah.
holding you. No one's holding you. So just get content is what you need to do. Get rid of these ideas of like hiring people and whatever. It's not. Trust me when I say this, man.
so
I live and breathe this stuff every day.
Mhm.
So
do something like this, Ronnie, right? Tomorrow morning before you start working, take your phone and say, just do the video, go, hey, I'm just getting ready to sit down and work. I'm going to have a great day, and I want to wish you a great day too. Create a really special day for yourself. Boom, done. Post it. That's it. It's a nice message to everybody.
Okay.
And
I'll
watch and
do
see
that.
what comments you get. You've got to be yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, no, 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 no. It's like Jamie said about the videographer. You'd be throwing money away.
Mhm.
for the exact reason, Ronnie, that we were just talking about you're in a constant state of change. And so all a videographer is going to do is give a shot of where you're at now. And then in 6 months, it won't work. It'll be stale. The other thing you could do too is make a video and say, hold up your book and say, hey, this is Ronnie, and I'm looking for some schools that I could come to speak at to the kids or kids organizations. Who do you know? Put a message in the DM.
Love that. That's a great idea.
That's all. You just get on the video and do it.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you guys. Really needed to hear that. Been like weighing
Anybody
on
else
me
have
for
any
a
suggestions
while.
for him on it?
Well, I've got one thought. What, Bill?
No, go ahead.
I was listening to a podcast by this guy, Alex Ramosi. Have I mentioned him to you?
I'm actually reading his book right now, 100 Million Leads.
Okay, perfect. So he was on one of his podcast episodes, can't remember which one. He was talking about a client he just onboarded or someone he knew, and she has an Instagram profile, only like 5,000 followers, but it's a 7-figure business off of that Instagram profile. And her niche, her audience is very specific. It's like she helps certain types of doctors with billing. I think I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Very, 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 very niche. And all the content she posts on Instagram are videos and information for that specific audience. That's all she talks about. And so the 5,000 that she has following, they're like laser targeted because who else would follow that, you know? And she gets leads galore from it. And it's like a 7-figure business. She sells them courses and all that. My point is that if you got this real specific niche, like the school boards, and they're following you and you're posting content specifically for them, you could build a business right off that alone, you know?
Thank you.
So when are you going to put up your first video?
Tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be looking for it.
Yeah, it'll be on my business page though.
You put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the chat. We'll all follow you. Yeah.
I'm going to be the first comment. You suck.
You know, Ronnie.
Yeah.
See, this is the part about creation, expansion, and growth. Because a week from now, you're going to say, oh yeah, man, I made 5 videos and like, I get it. There's nothing to it. Like, now I'm looking at how I can do them a little better. You'll see that there's really.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I'll
so
make
much.
sure. I'll make sure that I get in and follow you on it too. Yeah, do it.
Thank you,
Well, you do one on your personal page too,
yeah, why not?
right?
Yeah,
People know you. People know other people.
that's true.
All right, ahas and takeaways. Teresa.
Oh, I have one. We were talking about overwhelm. And you said something about like everything could be overwhelming and unstable around me. But if I trust myself, then I guess I won't feel that overwhelm and instability. So it's really like a lack of trust that happens. And that is what happens, you know, like I'll just get compounded with like work and demands and requests. And I immediately will go to this place where I'm like, have I taken on more than I can handle? You know, when am I going to break from this? When am I not, when is this going to be too much? And so I go into the lack of self-trust.
Right. Well, it's the real question is, how do I expand this? How do I leverage this? How do I do less? Right? Do less and make more. That's the answer. That's the clarity you're looking for. But yeah, if you're stable inside, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. So that's like a good thing to remind myself, you know, like when I feel that way is that I'm stable inside, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, you're exceptionally stable. Good. Anything else?
Oh,
That's pretty good. Ronnie, how about you? Ahas, takeaways?
A lot of things. But if I had to pick two things, it would be what you said about just not overwhelming ourselves with thinking that everything that we have in mind is going to happen, but just think about the next and the best step you can take next. And what you guys all said about not hiring a videographer and just focusing on creation, expansion, and being authentic and real. So those are my ahas for the day. Really great. I'll go back and
Perfect.
listen to it.
Yeah, great. I apologize. I forgot to start the recording at the beginning. So we went like 40 minutes without the recording, but it's going now. Jamie, any aha or takeaway? You weren't on that long, but
Yeah, that just focusing on the one thing is what I just need to trust and feel good about, because I'm stacking too many things out and all over the place.
yeah, when you stack things and do that, remember that all of these things that you're calling them, they have energetic cords that suck energy from you as you're bouncing them around inside the washing machine in your head and knowing you're never really going to do anything with them. They just suck the energy from you.
Yeah, so today I was getting going with some work, and I had a coffee, and I went out, and I was gonna, usually like taking my notepad and I'll just kind of brain dump like maybe the top 5 or 10 things that I need to handle. And then I'll pick the first one and just go, the priority. But I didn't have my notepad, and I was like, dang. And then I realized, I said, oh wait, I don't even need it, because there's only one thing I need to do. So I'll go out and drink a little coffee and sit down and just come up with that. I can remember one
Yeah.
thing. I need the notepad. So that was good for me, because I'm like, oh, there's only one thing I can do at a time anyway. So let me just, how hard can it be? I don't need to write out 10 things right now. It's actually better. And then I just thought of the one thing, and then I started there and did that. So
Yeah, that's great. The best place you can be and the best tagline for it is the FedEx tagline. And their new tagline is now and next. Pretty simple. What's happening now? What's next? That's it. Ryan, takeaways?
Absolutely nothing. No, I'm kidding. First off, it's good having Teresa back. You have very good energy, good calming energy. So it's a good part. It's good having you back with the group. So I'll say that first. My takeaways. Obviously, the 10% thing, I'm going to run that by. I have a call with her right when this call is done, so I might bring it up then. I have to see where the conversation goes. I'm not sure what she wants to talk about, so I'll see. But I'll report back on that. And then the other thing you said stood out to me is that when you're doing more things and expanding and all that, of course, you're going to run into new things and stresses, and it's just part of the whole process. It's unavoidable. And so it's just a matter of being aware of that and accepting it and keep moving forward. So that was, I think, kind of Ronnie alluded to that as well. So that's my takeaway. My other takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Great. I'll send out the recording. Next week, we're going to start on the automated income energy secrets. And that'll be ongoing. I'll be throwing that out every week. And with that, I will say, everybody have a great evening. Love you all. And talk to you soon.
I guess.
And
Bye.
then
Thank you.
Jamie, you're going to
Bye.
stay on?
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa, do you want to stay on?
Sure.
That's a good